project is exciting because it aims to provide the evidence that we can replace animal experiments in brain tumour research. We could use this framework to prove to other researchers and those in the scientific community that animal-free research is the best way of doing research. So our researchers at Portsmouth University, Karen and Mike, are doing a systematic review of all of the work that's been done by scientists so far to date that looks at human relevant brain tumour research and whether this can directly replace animal experiments. A systematic review looks at the body of knowledge that we have already on a certain topic in order to answer a specific research question. The research question that we're looking at in this project is whether human relevant research can replace animal experiments in brain tumour research.
The aim of the project is to reduce animal suffering. There is strong scientific basis for many in vitro models' ability to replace in vivo models, reducing the number of animals that are used in research. The most effective way to do that is to build the evidence base that supports that aim. So the opportunity for that to happen in this case is because the science has progressed to the stage where these technologies are available for replacement.
What we're looking at is whether by being systematic about looking at the quality and quantity of in vitro research, whether that will give us these more convincing answers, and then if those answers are convincing, whether we can look at whether in vitro studies could be used instead of animal studies.
Our project is trying to develop methods for identifying and bringing together in vitro studies, studies that don't involve animals, that are done using other techniques in laboratories, and coming up with ways to assess the quality of those studies and their relevance to humans, that is, how close they are to representing the processes in human bodies in brain cancer.
At the moment, there's a requirement often for people to carry out animal studies as well as in vitro studies to confirm the results. What we hope is if we can get agreement on a way to, firstly, to assess in vitro studies, that will allow wider acceptance and wider understanding of in vitro studies, about how they can be applied and used. We're looking at whether people have previously tried to do this and how have they tried to do it, to see whether we can use any of the methods that have been used before. But we're also ourselves looking at what are the best ways to use things like databases, electronic means, the internet, to find all the relevant studies. The other thing that we're doing is quite a bit of work to find out, are there any agreed ways of assessing the quality of research, in vitro research? But what we want to do then is put together some recommendations on, if you are to read an in vitro study, to judge the quality of it, but also how relevant is it to humans, because it's really important for in vitro studies to be relevant to humans. How would you do that? How should you do that? I'd like to say thank you very much for supporting our work. We'd be really pleased if you would continue to support us through supporting animal-free research. We think this is really important. We think it's novel and hopefully will have a long-term benefit.
So we should all be really excited about this research, because this project could also provide us with the framework to show that all animal experiments can be replaced by human relevant methods, which is hugely exciting and something I think that we should all support.